In this notebook right here, I've got a price list of every single freaking thing I have done to my Cummins swap Jeep. You guys have asked for it, and so in this video we're going to be... You guys hear that? It's getting louder. Hold on, I'll be right back. What is up? Welcome back to TeeDogCustoms. My name is Billy Bob, and wait, over here. Oh. I apologize. I do not know what he was thinking. I told him to bring the Jeep around to the front here so I could film the intro. Let's forget about that. Don't cry over spilled milk. Let's go ahead and cover the price list. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what you guys clicked on this video for. So before you can even start to build a Jeep, you gotta have a Jeep. And this one is a 1994 YJ. I paid $2,800 for it about 3 years ago, 2.5 years probably, somewhere around there. And I've had it ever since and been working on it slowly. But that price is probably not what you will find a Jeep for. It was actually a friend of mine who was selling it. And a little disclaimer too while I'm on the topic is that all the prices that I've listed down here are prices that are fair market. It's not what I paid for this Jeep. So the total amount of what we will dive into a little bit later of how much did this actually cost is not what I paid for the Jeep. Just to get that out there. But if you were to just go off of eBay, Amazon, and then other stores and stuff, that's what retail, that's the price that it would cost. So we'll get into that a little bit later. Start out with a Jeep platform. Next, we're going to start with the radiator. Ouch. And that is still hot. Oh, whoa, hold up. No, I think we're gonna start with the intercooler. Yo, what the heck do you think you're doing, Billy Bob? You are out of control. Now that is just false. Now I'm gonna tell you something else that he probably wouldn't tell you guys. This thing is not stock. This thing has a lot of horse torques and it's got a lot of money put into it. And his bank account is empty. Let me tell you, he don't have no money in his bank. It's all right here. So I don't want to hear any jibber jabber from him. I know exactly what's going on. So let's jump right into this. But before we do that, this backdrop is hideous. We need some more freedoms for this beautiful machine named Blowing Money, and that's what he named it because he knew he blew way too much money on this thing. So before we go any farther, I'm going to take the keys and we're gonna head on out to a different locale and we're gonna go over everything in this notebook the way I want to do it, because we're not starting with the darn radiator. We're gonna go straight to the intercooler, which was $110 just in the intercooler, and I will link the description to that below in the description. So Billy Bob, I'm telling you right now, you got to check yourself because this is my video. They asked me for this video, not you. And so Billy Bob, just relax, chill out. Why don't you have a seat on the bench? All the parts in this build, I'm going to link them in the description below. So let's go ahead to a different location. Yeah, boys, what is up and welcome back. We have made it to the second location. And let me tell you what, boys, this is what I'm talking about. More freedom than you can imagine. The American flag with a beautiful Cummins swap Jeep. This is where it's at right here. Now let's dive into the engine. All right, guys, so now we're in front of the diesel engine right here. And we're going to start with the engine itself. Let's take a good look at this thing. It is quite beautiful. As far as the 24 valve engine, you can pick one of them up for about probably $2K, $2 grand, $1,000. This right here is called a P pump. It pretty much, I don't know what it does exactly. But it injects fuel into the cylinders via these injector lines right here. Now, I will tell you, the injector lines are quite expensive. The injector lines alone are $500. The P pump, if you get one used, depending on, you know, how much money you want to spend, they can run from $1,000 to $5,000. This is about $1,000 though for this one here. Hey guys, what's going on? I just want to jump in real quick. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I really don't, but you should, because there's going to be lots more content like this coming. Let's dive right back into the video right where I left off. We'll go with the radiator now, I guess. This one was $178. Again, it's made out of the aluminums, pretty light material, and does pretty well for itself. I believe this one is out of a '69 Mustang, and it fit in right. I needed it to fit in between the grill here, so that's why we went with this one. For all the piping, like the stainless steel piping for the intercooler, that was about $50 worth of materials. And that brings us over to the Turbski, beautiful Turbski right here. This is a turbo blanket, they call it. That was $40 for the turbo blanket. It keeps heat out of the engine bay, so it's nice and cool under the engine. Keeps everything a little better from heating up too much, if that makes sense, which I think it will. Timing case. So if you look right here, that is the timing case, and because I have the P pump conversion, which they don't come with those, you have to you know, do the swap from the 12 valves over to the 24 valves. But you've got to get a new case, and you got to get the P pump gear. So between the timing case and the P pump gear, that's a total of $250. So if we come over to the oil catch cans, which are these, those were $50. AN lines, which are these right here, and these right here, are a lot of money, boy. I tell you what, they're expensive. They look good, but they're very expensive, let me tell you. And it was $109 just for this little piece of AN line and the fittings. Very, very expensive. Now the turbo, this is a stock HX35, which came on the 24 valve. I did rotate the exhaust up to where the turbo sits on top instead of down below. So the advantage of that is that it looks better, and you can see the turbo when you're at a Jeep show, or you know, if you want to show someone, it looks a lot better just like that. So that's what that is. Turbo, a lot of times they don't come with the engine when you buy them. That one you can pick up for about 800 bucks. Now to get fuel from your tank over to your P pump, well, you got to go with some kind of lift pump, and I went with an Air Dog. it sits right under here. You can see it right there. That's the air dog. It's got 2 filters. And then we have a sump that's in the back here. If you can see right there, that's the sump. It's in the bottom of the tank, which allows the gravity to work, and then that air dog lift pump lifts it up to the P pump, which then runs off the timing gear and shoots diesel into the cylinders. That air dog and sump system was $695, and let me tell you what, that's a lot of McChickens right there. That's a whole crap load of McChickens, but it does the job, and it's very much so worth the money. That's pretty much everything under the hood that we need to discuss at this moment in time. But let's take another good look here and just show you guys what it looks like. Isn't that something kind of beauty? Now, that's gonna lead us over to another part of the Jeep, which is called the drivetrain. A transmission is very, very important. Now, it's very important to understand that without the transmission, you would not have forward or reverse or even 4-wheel drive if your vehicle's got it. This one, NV4500, and they run about $3,000. Now, mine came connected with the transfer case, or as I call it, the T case, and I've got an MP241 DHD transfer case, and let me tell you, I've had no issues with it, minus the clutch just blew out on it. I'm guessing I had just too many horse torques and it couldn't take it. Clutch slave, which is this thing right here, this right here, which is for at NV4500, so it'll be off of a 01 Dodge 35 or 2500, but that runs about let's see here, $158, and those are not cheap, but it's very necessary to operate that pressure plate. Now let's talk about the axles. So you've got your engine, you got your transmission, and now you've got drive shafts running to your axles. Now on mine, I custom made my own drive shafts. That is a very expensive part, but I made mine myself, so I don't know what they cost, so we're gonna X those off. But now that comes to the axles. Now these are Dana 60s and Dana 80 on the rear out of a F350 truck. They will run you about 1,500 bucks. That's not what I paid for mine, but if you get good ones in good shape, that's roughly about what they'll cost. Now a clutch will run anywhere from $170 to $1,000. It really depends on which clutch you get and what you plan on doing with your build. But this one costs about $180, somewhere in there. I believe they have gone up in price since I bought mine. They're not cheap either, a lot of McChickens. Now that brings us to these Fox shocks right here. Fox shocks are some kind of nice, let me tell you. They are the 2.0, but they don't have the reservoirs. The reason why they don't is because well, was a little bit too cheap to go spend the money on real nice ones. But these ones will run you about $800 for all 4, and it's a good start, but definitely going to be upgrading those in the future as well. Now the leaf springs came with the axles, so those I'm not going to write. I'm going to add that into the price of the axles because they came with it. Now that's going to bring us to the outside of the Jeep. I wrapped this myself. It's a Vivid wrap, chalk gray wrap, and it came out pretty good, but it's not perfect. Left a sticker under it so it's embossed a little bit. I think it looks pretty cool. Got the blowing money stickers. So anyways, the wrap, $300 for the wrap off of Amazon. Again, all the stuff I get off of Amazon and whatnot, I'll try to link in the description below so you guys can see exactly what it is. Now the lights, these are new lights. Good old headlights right here. And if we go around to the back, you'll notice that we got some tail lights. Now, let me tell you something. Those, you have to cut the body. I've got a whole video on it. Go back on the build series and you'll be able to see it. But that was $80 for the front and the rears, so that's not too bad. Now we got a hood vent right here. The hood vent is really nice because this engine is hot and it lets a lot of cool air come in and evacuate the hot air, keeping EGTs down and engine temperatures down as well. Ooh, dang straight with that one. Keep preaching it, Billy Bob. So it's really nice for that. That'll run you about $180 to $200, somewhere in that price range. We got some rock lights, 2 under each wheel well. For that was $47. And now we'll talk about all the powder coating. The wheels, the valve cover, the turbo, everything, tow hooks, all the little powder coated accents everywhere. Diff covers, hinges. So the total on that, I'm not 100% sure because I did it myself, but if you took it to a shop and had someone do it, you'd be roughly about $1,000 in powder coat, and that might be a little underpriced as well. I know powder coating is expensive, so $1,000 roughly in powder coat. The rims themselves, these are off of eBay. Put them in the description. They are 17 by 9s, and the lug pattern is 8 by 170. They were about $419 exactly off of eBay. That's gonna bring us to these beautiful tires here. 37 1350 17s, and these are the Evo Lux Rotator MTs. Evo Lux Rotator TMT. These are some really bad wheels, let me tell you, and tires. These things climb up anything, never even skip a beat, and let me tell you, they're worth the money. Those things are expensive, but not really if you know what tires cost. They're very economical. I would say they're $1,175. $72, excuse me, and they're worth every penny, and they look good. Now that's gonna bring us into the interior. We got these gauges right here, all custom gauges down there. EGTs, boost, water, oil, bolts, fuel. That's gonna run you about 200 smackaroonies for all them gauges there. Got a fuse box under this TDC hat. You can actually purchase a hat like this if you're interested. Just leave a comment below, I'll get you one. Also, there's the fuse box. I ripped all the wiring out, rewired everything. So that is the fuse box, and that was $19 on Amazon. I'll put that in the description as well. Now we've got this fire extinguisher right here, and that was $22. $22. If you got an off-roading rig, I recommend you get one too, because let me tell you what, if you are on the trail, you do not want to be burning down, you know, to have a pile of ash at the time of your demise. That would not be good. No sirree, Bob, it would not. And the last thing, but not least, of course, is the shift knob. Yep, made out of the carbon fibers of the shift knob itself. It's a beautiful thing. Carbon fiber, hard to beat. You cannot beat it, let me tell you what, son. 17 smackaroonies for that thing. Rolling the cool, rolling through gears. You know, that's what I'm saying right there. It's a beautiful thing. And that pretty much wraps up this whole build from start to finish. Now, we're not done by any means, but I'll tell you one thing, it's a lot of fun having it. And we're gonna be moving this thing over to triangulated 4-link at some point, probably this winter, hopefully, and to give it a whole new feeling and look. But that's gonna come in a little different video. Here you go, folks, right there. Oh my goodness. So folks, now that we've run through everything, it's time to add everything up like I told you guys, to let you know how much this would cost just in parts if you were to buy it right now. Now, this does not include labor to install, so you'd probably be looking at another 20K probably, something to do that. I don't really know, to be honest, but I'm just guessing. But the grand total of how much all those parts I just listed cost were $17,646 smackaroonies. And you can take that to the bank, let me tell you. I don't care what you say about any of this. This is the ultimate USA America machine. And I'm telling you what, if you want to have a time of your life ripping around on the trails, go get yourself a Cummins swapped Jeep. You will not be disappointed and you will not regret it. So until next time, I think I'm going to get off here. My job is done, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Now guys, I would just like to say one moment while Billy Bob's not around me, to just say thank you so much for watching this video. If you stuck it out this long, be sure to follow, subscribe, all the rest. I really would appreciate it. And we've got lots more videos coming with Billy Bob if you guys want that. Well, comment below if you like this video, and if you want to see more like this, I'll be sure to make it happen, as long as he's willing and able. As always, keep grinding. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace. So I think this thing right here is called a blower. It blows AC out of here. It's a great invention. I think they should start doing it in more models. Ooh, I like that. Keep preaching it, Billy Bob. You go for it, buddy.